Hello, welcome back to Kingdom Creator Connected Collective, and today we're talking about how are you managing money in your business. A whole bunch of people went right there because a lot of people do not like to talk about money. Money is like, ooh, they don't like to talk about making money. They don't like to talk about money. They don't like to talk about budgeting, saving, how they operating, what their money projections look like. They don't like money like that. And I just like, you got to talk about money because money is going to come in at some point. I always tell you, don't ever chase money as a creative, but understand money at some point will become necessity because you can't cut corners forever. You have to deal with your money issues. And the first thing you got to do with money is you got to deal with your mindset around the money in which you're going to be spending. Because what a lot of people do is they say, I'm going to start a business. Let me explain something to you. There's good credit and there is bad credit. There are a lot of people that like to throw their business onto credit cards. Don't do that. Because a lot of you don't even understand how to do credit, to do it properly. When you're sitting up there and you're doing a business on your own personal credit, and then if something happens, I heard a horror story from a business owner because the IRS came after, locked up every account that they had. She couldn't pay for the house. She had to move out of her home. She had to move out of everything that she was doing. Lost the house, lost the car, lost her accounts. IRS went in on them, just took everything out from under them. And they were all locked up in escrow for years. They had to move back in with their parents. That's how bad it was. And she was married and still had to operate. Couldn't bring no money in. Why? Personal credit. You need to have the proper legalities put on your business so that when you put your money in, you hear me, that the money is going into the right places. Secured credit cards so that you can secure your credit to rebuild your credit up. You need to have business credit. And you need to know what kind of business you're doing. You have sole proprietorships, you have corporations, you have limited liability companies, you have that's another one I can't think off the top of my head. Some of you are nonprofits. Nonprofits do make money. Most people go into nonprofits because they don't want the tax deductible that a regular business has. But if you're going to do a nonprofit, you have to do it legally. I'm sorry, y'all. You can't be out here playing games. You're looking at a congressional lawyer person, and that's the irony, that this person is a lawyer, and they're under legal scrutiny right now on 2 separate counts. And it's looking bad for them right now. You need to cover and protect yourself. You need legal. This is why there's such a thing as LegalZoom and some other platforms you can look into about setting yourself up legally, setting your credit up properly so that your company, the money's going into the right places so that if something were to happen, they can sue and take all the money out your company, but it can't touch you. But if something is inappropriately set up and inappropriately postured, it'll mess you up. And you come back to these student loans. Everybody knows that. They set you up at 17 years old to mess your credit up with all these daggone student loans. I know you got it. Remember when they used to do them student loans where they would sit up there and tell you, oh, get this $35,000 student loan to help you go to college. And you'd be like, yay. And it's over a $75,000 what have you college tuition. And now it's probably $100,000 with inflation. But people go out there and get that $35,000 and not understanding interest, so on and so forth. Let me explain something to you. I had a situation where I got $300 out on loan. Couldn't afford to pay it back. Last I checked, I owed almost $10,000. It was $8,900 and some odd dollars on interest on a $300 loan. This is why I say secured credit. Because if you have secure credit, use a secure credit card to take that money, then pay off that loan. You are month by month, as you pay that student loan off on that secure credit card, as you put the limit, make your limit low. I made it, when I did it, I think I put $1,000, and my limit was to put $430 some odd dollars on there, right? So if you're paying off student loans, you make sure that you're paying off that 300 or 400, what have you. At the time, I was making that much, so I could pay it off like that. And I just kept putting that money back on there, See how that worked? Know your limitations, pay it off, and then you can pay off your credit. And it was improving my credit score throughout that process. See how that works? Pay your own loans off, build your credit up, like I just said, and you will have the ability to work these things out. Don't get caught up in the 7-year itch. What's the 7-year itch? When they sit up there and tell you, oh, that'll be off your credit report in 7 years. It may be, but don't rest your laurels. Y'all rest your laurels, people, on credit. Stop it. We grown little people over here. Stop being immature about paying off your debts. Don't sit up there and push it to the side. Pay what you owe. When you have it, pay it off. Don't let things go into collections. If you can afford to do something, make arrangement for payment. Set up certain things so that you can pay that debt down. Go to consolidation companies. Pay your debts down so that you don't have debt, because you know you can't start a business until your debts are paid off, right? Getting your credit right, because you can't get the business credit card until your debt is paid off. See how that works? Oh, okay. That's why secure credits are good for you. So I hope that blessed you. I'm going to come back in the next one.